Okay, let's do this fucking shit.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to Inept Pit, episode 2121. I am your host, Drew Campbell, and the other fat guy is Sasiela.
We're old enough to drink now.
Yes, our podcast is old enough to be a legal adult that can drink. It can smoke cigarettes, because isn't that weird? Remember what it used to be? You could be 18 to smoke cigarettes. Now you have to be 21. That's a thing.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and also...
I forgot.
Yeah, isn't that fucking bizarre? Why?
Yeah, it is. Because they want, if you're going to go buy some booze, might as well just buy that nicotine with it,
Why?
I don't know if it just makes sense to buy...
You can go and kill Middle Eastern children in a war, but you can't drink booze. At 18, you can do that, but you can't drink booze or smoke cigarettes yet.
That argument's been made for like 1,000 years.
Well, I get the booze part, because the thing with booze is, I feel like if you're a child, like imagine when you're 18, if I was able to drink booze when I was 18, which I did already.
Yeah, I was going
to say. If I was able to buy it myself, oh my God, I would have went off the rails. I would have killed somebody. I would have fought way more people. I would have been throwing knucks all the time. I'd be whipping my dick out in public and slapping people in the face with it because I thought it was funny. 18-year-olds are not really ready to drink.
No, I get that. I think they're just trying to curb, just cigarettes and that type of activity.
See, younger. we need to get marijuana also legalized, but also I think it should be a 21 thing. So now we can just do it all at once. Cigarettes, not
well,
so
it is in Michigan.
Cigarettes, it doesn't make you think differently. It doesn't make you feel differently. It just kind of like gives you like a body high, as they say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a stress reliever. It's a horrible addiction that will kill you worse than it. I mean, kills more people than alcohol and weed combined, because weed kills like maybe one person a year. And then alcohol kills like 10,000. And then I think if you look at weed, or if you look at cigarettes, actually look it up. How many people die of from cigarettes a year? Because it's got to be bad. I mean, I smoke cigarettes and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon, because the sweet release of death is my promise from a cigarette.
Fun fact, if you type in how many people die from on Google, the first one is the flu. That's the leading result.
Oh, well, that's because of COVID. It was never the leading results until all of these fucking people who are COVID deniers were like, yo, how many people died from the flu? It's just the flu.
All right, the CDC says more than 480,000 deaths per year in the U.S. from cigarette smoking.
Dear fucking God.
41,000 from secondhand smoke exposure.
So that's, if you want to like balance out, it's about 500,000, right? And the U.S. population is about 120 million. Am I correct on that? It's 200 million, I think.
I'm looking it up.
It's not as high as we think it is. It's not like near to like the span of like India or China. Do I have a booger in my nose? I feel like I have a booger in my nose.
I can't see it.
Rocking a booger? All right, well, if you can't see it, it doesn't matter, I guess.
So at the start,
it's just for the real fans.
Start of 2020, there was 331 million people in the U.S.
Oh, 300. So I was off by 33%.
Hey, we've all been there.
Okay, so 500,000, 333 million. So 500,000. I don't know math. I can't do math right now, but it's almost.
They said it's about 1,300 deaths every day.
Yeah, so it'd be. All right, let me do math. Let me do mental math. I haven't done this in so long. I've been out of fucking high school and college. So 500,000 a year, 300 million. So that'd be 1% of that. So it's about it's almost 0.33% of the population die. Almost like 1/3% of the population dies a year from tobacco smoke. Am I pretty close to that? Right? It's like 0.3333. Almost close to that. A little bit less than that because you have the extra 30,000 to 30 million. It's probably
it says it's like
0.28% of the population dies a year from cigarettes.
I gotta pull this up.
That's a lot. If you really think about it, that's a lot.
Maybe I'm doing the math wrong. I don't know.
Well, I would be the one doing the math wrong. I'm the fucking moron.
It's
here.
about-
I don't have anything to.
1 in every 5 deaths annually is due to cigarette smoking.
Okay, but do the math of take the percentage of 500,000 and divide it by what did you say 330 million?
Yeah, 331 million.
331 million. Divide it and see what you get.
It's like 1.5%.
1.5%?
Yeah.
Did you do that right? Did you do the 500,000 divided by?
Yep.
The
500,000 divided by 331 million.
And it's what?
It's like 1.51%.
Damn, dude.
I don't know how. Look at how many people there are.
I don't know if we're doing this right, but if it's 1.5% of Americans die a year of cigarettes, that's insane. They should make them illegal immediately.
Well,
That means over. That can't be right. That can't be more than like that. At least over what? We're fucking idiots because there's no way that at least over 1 in every 100 people you know die from cigarettes every year. There's no way that's a possibility. And if it is, that's alarming as fuck.
well, that's why they're trying to push it back.
Well, it also makes
three
me
years.
want to. But it also makes me want to have a cigarette. Is that the weird part about all this? It makes me want to have sex and a cigarette. That's the two things it makes me want to do. It makes me realize life is fleeting, and I should have sex, and then I should have a cigarette right afterwards. Those are the two things that fact makes me want to do.
So that's the name of this episode, probably. Sex and cigarettes.
Sex in the City is better than that.
Sex and the Siggy. Ooh.
Ooh, all right, Evan. You did a fucking joke. Good. Good on you. Hey, Evan did a joke. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this shit episode. We're coming off the highest rated or highest viewed episode of Inept Pit of all time to this dog shit right here.
It's not dog. We're learning something.
Well, I guess we're learning stuff, but do people...
It's all because I made like a dad joke. I started this off with a dad joke. I'm like, we're old enough to drink.
Yeah. Does our audience really want to learn, though? That's the real question. They're either college dropouts or they're about to be. I feel like that's a majority of our audience.
I think they're down to listen to an intelligent conversation.
You think this is an intelligent conversation?
No, it's a conversation.
I was gonna say,
it's an Inept Pit. We're trying to be intelligent, but it's completely not intelligent.
This is the most pseudo intellectual conversation I've ever heard. Where we're trying to figure out how to do math in the middle of the podcast.
None of us owns a calculator. I don't.
Well, I own three of them.
It's on my phone.
One of them's my brain. One of them's my... Never mind.
Oh my goodness.
One of them's my brain. One of them's my phone. The other one's my dick because my dick can do math real good. I go, guess what? There's 2 holes and 1 dick. All right. How do you divide that? Half a hole for each dick. Wait, I did that wrong. Half a dick for each hole.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Mathematics. This is why you stay in school. If you ever want a PSA for why you had to stay in school, it's listening to me talk, a college dropout, and then Evan, who graduated with a bachelor's, talk.
But I didn't have a math background.
No, you had a bullshit background. You're right. You had a frivolous degree that no one respects. Not saying I don't respect it. I think journalism's sick as hell. But I'm just saying most people don't respect journalism.
Thanks for the confidence.
No, I'm saying
I get it. It was just like,
I mean, dude, how many articles about COVID fucking have to come out from journalists before people actually respect what journalists have to say? And doctors. They don't respect you right now. You're the least respected person on the planet. Everyone's so opinionated. Like, I'll take a journalist, or here's my thing. I will take a journalist's opinion really, really well as long as it's not overly biased.
well, that's the goal, is to just
To
tell the truth.
Yeah, tell the truth. Exactly. So you have to avoid like Fox, CNN, NBC, Alex Jones. You have to avoid those things. But like normally a journalist is pretty. ideally is an unbiased human who just is like presenting the facts. I mean, like your Mother Lode has to be the movie Spotlight, right?
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's a fucking
Best
great
picture.
movie, and I mean, and this is coming from a Catholic too.
Yeah.
Exactly, but you like it, right? Because it's just
What are you trying to do to me, Drew?
no, I'm just saying, but it's just like journalism at its fucking core. If you haven't seen Spotlight, Evan, break down Spotlight for the people who haven't seen it.
It's basically about the Spotlight team at the Boston Globe who uncovered child sexual abuse in the Archdiocese of Boston.
Correct, but what also is it like the main focus about this is that they realize how much bad press they could get from this and how much uncredibility, like I mean, like how much they could get backfired on this and shit on, but they're like, we have to bring the truth. That's our job as a journalist.
It's also the journey of how you gotta
to find the truth.
Yeah,
that's tough. Dude. That's the fucking. And to be honest, this is my hope for you is that you get off this bullshit sports journalism, which I know you're a fan of sports. I want to see Evan become a hard-hitting investigative journalist because investigative journalists are fucking cool as hell.
Yeah,
dude, and also here's the nice thing about you: you're not biased person at all. You're a very open-minded, free-willed human being. Even though you have I mean, like you're Catholic and stuff like that, but I know a fact as you as a human being, even though you're Catholic, if you were to figure out about that, you would not say anything. I know that you are a moralistic human being that doesn't have pre-diagnosed biases. You're a fantastic human, Evan. I'm complimenting you for once. Just fucking take the compliment, you fat fuck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So aggressive, though.
I know. Well, you were fucking acting like I was insulting you half the time.
Because you just insult me at the end. You're like, take the compliment, you fat fuck.
Well, because you were sitting there like, hey, blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't know. I was not appreciative of how I was complimenting you, and you were like taking it in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Become an investigative journalist.
Isn't that what this podcast is?
Dude, oh my God, that's what you need to do. You need to branch Inept Pit off and just branch it off, dude. I'll give you free will. Start doing your own side investigative journalism and posting it on Inept Pits as part of it. I give it free will. If Inept Pit means anything, it means freedom. It means looking at things even-mindedly. Because I mean, like, how many people can you actually say that you listen to publicly shit both on the left and right? I mean, I honestly will say that we're one of the only people that publicly shit both on the left and right. And by us, I mean me. But
it's like, oh, this guy.
Yeah, but I publicly shit both on the left and right, have consistent beliefs. Yeah, I mean, it's very rare.
Yeah, we're treading new ground.
We try to eliminate bias, but also support equality at the same time of negating, like we support equality for race and women, and also don't make those two things kind of like race, women, and culture, but we also don't make those two mingle so much that we lose sight of what we're actually saying, like last episode. We actually we have a true vision standpoint, and I'm gonna eat my own ass and smell my own farts after I'm done with this fucking self-indulgent statement. I am the truth in the world, and I say things how they are. Wait a second, I gotta fucking smell my own farts real quick because I'm the best human ever.
This sounds like the first blog someone's gonna write about this podcast.
Oh, no, the first blog is going to call me a Nazi. That's the first blog.
Yeah.
The first blog is calling us an alt-right white supremacist podcast ran by Nazis. And then we're going to go, but wait, Evan's not white, really. Actually, technically, and they're like, we don't care. We don't care. They're going to do they're going to do this. Will fly over a lot of people's heads, but they're going to do the Kevin Nash, Scott Hall promo from WCW. And they go, you guys are bad guys. And he goes, we don't care. Me and Scott, we don't care. One of the best promos of all time. 3 words. That's more than 3, but a couple words, and it's fucking fantastic.
Did you watch the
Elimination Chamber?
Yeah.
Did you?
No.
Ah, dude, you were right. You beat me on a prediction.
Oh, wow.
Daniel Bryan won the fucking Elimination Chamber.
I saw a tweet. I thought it was the Mims,
Oh, we'll get to that.
whatever. I don't know.
Daniel Bryan won the SmackDown because it's so confusing because they have two fucking different world titles. What a weird thing. We have two world titles. Well, there's one world, so how can one brand have? But whatever. Daniel Bryan won the SmackDown one.
Okay.
So doing that, he won a match against Roman Reigns for the Universal title.
That sounds like an upset.
Yeah, well, like Daniel Bryan just fought 5 other guys and beat him in Elimination Chamber. The Elimination Chamber was up. Roman Reigns comes out, beats him in a minute. Because to get his heat as a heel, as a cowardly heel, he's like, I beat the big old baby face after he's gone through all these guys. After he's all beaten down, so beats him, and then Edge spears him. Roman Reigns after the match, announcing that since he won the Royal Rumble, he gets to choose which world title he wants to face at WrestleMania, announcing that he's facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. We have our main event for WrestleMania, Roman Reigns versus Edge. So that's cool. Other Elimination Chamber, I was right. Drew McIntyre won, but because wrestling is fucking stupid, there's this thing called Money in the Bank that Miz has, which allows him to cash in at any time to have a title match at any point. And previously in the night, we saw MVP talking to the Miz. The MVP is the manager for one Bobby Lashley, the dominant U.S. champion, who lost his title earlier in the night in a triple threat, but he wasn't involved in the finish, so he got screwed over, so he's still dominant. So Miz goes out, cashes in on, actually before that, Drew McIntyre finishes the Elimination Chamber. Bobby Lashley, former Bellator champion. Look up his record in Bellator. Because he's fucking sick. And Bobby Lashley is the kind of guy that is such a bodybuilder. He doesn't even look human. Like, if you meet people who are like interested in bodybuilding or doing bodybuilding in real life, you're like, oh my God, wow, they're really muscular. And then you see Bobby Lashley and you're like, this motherfucker is a comic book drawing of a superhero. People don't look like that. I've never seen someone as muscular as Bobby Lashley in my entire life. Right? Look at him. Doesn't he just look like he's made of rocks? And I know, and if you're listening to this or seeing just us talk, I understand.
Google it.
Google Bobby. We'll post it on the fucking Inept Pit Facebook page. Google Bobby Lashley. He is bigger than any person you've actually seen in real life. Like, he's literally the sculpture of Greek gods in fucking old Roman times. He makes no sense.
I gotta ask what his diet is or what his workout regimen is. I might need to get on that.
He is a very disciplined human being. He used to be in the Marines, and then he fought. Then he did wrestling, and then he got out of wrestling, did Bellator, and still did wrestling at the same time. Then went back to WWE. But what's his Bellator record? Which those of you who don't know what Bellator is UFC, but not as popular.
It's 15-2-0. So 15-2.
50. That's a fucking hell of a record, dude. Like,
man, it's 15 out of 17.
15 wins, 2 losses. And what were the 2 losses? Were they knockouts or were they by rounds? Can you find that out? Because I don't honestly know. I don't know if he got knocked out or tapped out or if he just lost by rounds. My bet is this motherfucker. He's so big. If you look up a picture of him, he's so goddamn muscular. He looks like he looks like you put a bunch of fucking boulders into a burlap sack, shook him around and made it, and then did a Pinocchio spell on him and made him a real boy. That's what it looks like.
He lost to James Thompson in 2012.
By what?
It was decision unanimous.
Yep, decision. So unanimous decision. He still lost, but he didn't get knocked out or tapped.
In 2010, he lost to Chad Griggs. It was retirement.
And what was it by?
It says loss, retirement, 5 minutes, R2. What?
R2? It was 5 minutes?
Yeah, let me look
what
this
the
up.
Fuck? I don't know what R2 means. I'm not that well.
It's knockout.
Oh, he knocked him out in 5 minutes.
5 minutes of round 2, that's what that means.
All right. Well, that's kind of disappointing, but still, this motherfucker Think of the toughest person you know in real life. Like you're like, oh, this guy knows a bunch about fighting and he's really, really built and strong. Bobby Lashley would fucking eat him for breakfast.
Yeah, it's pretty
15-2, and it's not even just that. It's just like he's legitimate 15-2 in Bellator, dude. Like I know a lot of people shit on Bellator because it's the second-rate UFC, but it's still extremely
decent competition.
It's extremely professional mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
But Bobby Lashley beat up fucking Drew McIntyre after the Elimination Chamber after he won it. Miz comes out, cashes in, pins Drew McIntyre, becomes champion. And I didn't even watch Raw, but I saw a spoiler on Twitter last night. Bobby Lashley versus The Miz in a match, and now it's WWE Championship. So I'm guessing we're getting Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. So you're welcome, all. And also in wrestling, let's get the autism in full effect here, guys. Kenny Omega on AEW finally announced that he took the title off Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley's finally having his rematch, but he announced that Kenny Omega gets to decide the stipulation for him and Jon Moxley's rematch, and it is going to be for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship at Revolution, March 7th on pay-per-view. It's $49.99 if you guys want to buy it. And you buy this pay-per-view, you get to see those two guys go off for the AEW World Championship and an exploding barbed wire death match.
Does anyone know what Drew just said? I do not.
You don't have to know what I said. All of those words are so exciting. You have the word.
They sound exciting.
You have the word exploding. You have the word barbed wire, and you have the word death match. Well, technically barbed wire is two words, but they're conjoined. There's a hyphen. I think there's a hyphen in barbed wire. They are two words, but they're one thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exploding barbed wire death match. And death match is probably two words too. But they're one thing. Tell me that doesn't just inspire in your the masculinity testicles you have excitement.
Yeah, it looks fun. I don't watch wrestling.
I know you don't, but what word doesn't sound fun? Because exploding, who doesn't like exploding? I love exploding.
Sounds dangerous.
I like exploding come out my dick, so I'm all about exploding. Barbed wire is just cool, dude. It fucking cuts you if you try to climb a prison fence. That's sick. And death match, people fighting to the death. Who can't not like that? It's Roman gladiators at their best, right? Exploding, barbed wire, death match, three awesome things combined into one, and then I'm shoving them into your pussy for a fucking triple finger. Look at that.
It sounds scary. That's why I'm excited for baseball to come back.
You thought you liked one finger? You thought you liked two fingers? Well, here's three fingers right in your pussy. All right? That's what I'm saying with exploding barbed wire death match. It sounds scary. All right. Well, I'll explain to you exploding barbed wire death match. It is a match where instead of the ring ropes like you see in this, if you've ever seen wrestling even flashing by on channels, they have ropes. They have like ropes on the ring. Well, instead of those, it's barbed wire.
Oh, wow.
And if you hit the barbed wire is set to explode. And that's the match. Exploding barbed wire death match. I'm like, they're like, and it's on pay-per-view for $50. I'm like, you had me at exploding. you had me at exploding, guys.
Well, I won't be paying for that. Even though I still have my WWE account that I've got.
It's not WWE. That's not WWE. That's AEW. It's much better. It's much better promotion. Evan, you sound like a fucking idiot right now. You don't really understand what wrestling's like, and you sound very uneducated. Or like if you just said the NHL and the NFL were the same thing. That's how stupid you sound right now.
It's fun to play for baseball to come back.
Fuck baseball.
We need baseball.
Baseball's boring. Back to the
exciting.
Back to the exploding barbed wire death match. It is March 7th. That is a Saturday. You need to come to town and watch it with me.
I'm coming this weekend.
Well, come March 7th.
I can't. I don't know if I have.
Why? Well, you don't work on the fucking weekend.
It's a Saturday.
Yeah, it's a Saturday. So you literally don't work the next day or the day it's on. You can come into town. We'll fucking.
I don't know, man. With COVID.
Evan, shut up. We're getting a $1,400 stimulus check. COVID's over for Americans.
Are we?
Shout out. Sorry, UK, for being in lockdown right now, but for Americans, we all stopped caring. So yeah, fucking come hang out, come chill, bro.
We'll see.
No, not we'll see. You're my fucking friend. I haven't seen you since fucking August.
September.
Oh, even longer. Even longer. That's right.
No, it's shorter. September after August.
August. Oh, you're right. I don't know my months. So October, November, December, January. I haven't seen you in almost half a year, you fuck.
In person? Wow. Maybe time's just going by fast as we're older.
No, maybe you just don't like me. Maybe that's part of it.
You ever think of that? Podcast every week.
Yeah, who says that means you like me?
I don't know. I bought this mug for you.
Well, I haven't fucking gotten it. Yeah, exactly. You have to
have it.
So you have to come hang out.
Here it is.
Yeah, I want it really bad.
I'll probably break it on the drive up.
Oh, that'd be sick, dude. That sounds like you being a piece of shit.
Just come to your place with a bunch of broken glass.
Oh man, I forgot to tell you. Right before this podcast, I was having a smoke before it started. So I'm outside, and this kid rides by. You know, he's like riding his bike, and he's wearing a helmet, which I've already talked about on previous podcasts. Makes him one of the coolest kids. I have respect for kids who are not trying to be cool and just trying to be kids. They're like, I gotta wear a helmet because I'm riding a bike and it's dangerous, and I don't really care if it makes me not look cool because I'm doing the smart thing. Like when I was younger, probably wouldn't have thought that cool. Now that I'm older, I'm like, that kid doesn't even realize he's cooler than every other kid he goes to school with. Right? Like, and he's cooler than every other kid he goes to school with. He's not even wearing like a normal helmet. He's wearing like a full biker one. Like it's got like, it comes down around the chin. It's got the face mask. So I'm sitting there smoking a cigarette, and he just goes, "Hey there!" He like yells at me. He's wearing all red, and I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" And he's like, "Just riding my bike," and I'm like, "Let me see how fast you can go," because I got excited. I don't know. I already liked this kid when I saw he had a helmet.
Smoking a cigarette. Let me see how
let me see how fast you can go. He's like, all right, and he started pedaling his ass off, dude. And it, a little snowy out, a little wet.
This is gonna be good.
Oh, he eats shit. Like he eats total shit, and I feel bad. So I'm like, "You all right, buddy?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm okay." Good. I want to make sure I get his correct words. He goes, "Yeah, I'm okay. Good thing I was wearing my helmet." I'm like, damn right it was a good thing, dude. Like, this kid is the coolest fucking kid.
It must have been like
wiped out, got up. He's like, "I'm fine." And fucking rode off to the store to go buy himself some Pringles and a PBR.
That's the perfect definition of a PSA. Like, you just wrote the script in real life.
Yeah, I know.
If you're wearing a helmet.
Wear a helmet, because some dude, some fucking dumb 25-year-old smoking a cigarette might tell you to see how fast you can go.
Now they're gonna sue our podcast.
Yeah, well, our
that
podcast
boy's family.
Our podcast still has to make money. We might have hit our highest views of all time. This is still non-profitable. And I mentioned the Patreon last week. I'm going to clarify this now. We're not doing the Patreon until we are consistently at the views of last week.
Also, are we putting up last week's Patreon?
No, we're not doing it. That was a waste of all our time, Evan. We recorded that for nothing.
Okay, cool.
But going on in the future, if we can consistently get these views, we will do a Patreon. So the three of you that actually want a Patreon, maybe you should share the podcast.
Yeah.
That's your incentive to share the podcast. Does that make sense? That makes sense, right?
Sound like a preschool teacher.
Yeah. Well, do your ABCs right now, Evan. Do your ABCs. Just try to say LMNO. Try to say it.
LMNO.
But say LMNO.
LMNO.
You couldn't even do that. You fucking slurring fat lip fuck. Like, do it again.
LMNO. LMNO.
That was decent. LMNO. We both have problems with not being articulate, which is bad for an audio podcast. You have two dumb hosts that aren't articulate and slur their words constantly, even though they're not drunk. They just randomly slur their
I got buck
words.
teeth and a small tongue.
Well, and you got a fat face. Don't forget that part.
Pretty much.
And I'm just autistic, so like that does a thing too.
No, well, people still enjoy us. We got people coming back.
We got some. It's
better than nothing.
Yeah, sure, we'll go with that.
I appreciate our listeners.
You know what time it is, right?
It's time to 7:22.
It's time to do the thing I promised. Let's hit those questions in the comments. First off, before we do this, I will pre-note that Evan is a fucking moron and forgot the whole premise of the next episode. Decided, hey, I'm just going to respond to the comment questions on the fucking thread on YouTube because I don't even share the podcast for one, but I also don't even remember the plot to the fucking podcast. And I'm gonna ruin the next one. Well, good thing Evan's jokes that he fucking pre-typed and probably spent way too much time thinking about weren't funny. Those comments weren't funny. So maybe you can naturally just be funny. Let's try that out for a change. So, Evan, please bring us up those comments.
I'll pull up the YouTube.
Just read the comments. We don't have to give credit to the losers that actually commented.
Did anyone reply to my answers? Let's see that.
No one did. No one fucking cared because they weren't funny and it was desperate.
I thought they were funny.
No, they weren't.
First Saturday at 10 a.m. when I wrote.
No, Evan, it was too contrived to be funny.
All right, who do we want to start with?
Start with the top and go to the bottom. Stupid. What the fuck? Read like you read a book, you moron.
All right. This one has 3 questions. One for you, one for me, one for both of us.
Okay, just read them off.
So this is for you, Drew.
All right. Yep.
If you could change anything about yourself, what would that be?
I wouldn't be autistic. I would be a normal human being who didn't have to take vaccines to become autistic. That, or I would have a decent head of hair. Those are probably my 2. Or I'd be happy. Those are my 3 options.
Nice. So,
way to add on to that, Evan.
Nice.
Evan's comment. Nice. Literally, the comments are more fucking influence than that. You piece of shit. Go do the one for you, you sack of shit.
What is the most awkward situation you have ever lived through? I just feel like my whole life's awkward.
Oh, what a great answer, Evan. No, what's the most awkward fucking situation you've lived through? There has to be one.
Today?
Yes, go for it. Not today, motherfucker. Name an actual. Be real for once. I'm the real one. You're the one who's like doing an act on the whole fucking pod. Be yourself. What is the most awkward situation you ever been with?
Probably when I asked the girl out to Big Boy.
Why was that awkward, and what was the result? Also, why Big Boy? That's
why it was so awkward. That's my favorite restaurant.
Okay, first off, Evan, I think you need therapy. I'm looking at the depression hotline right here. It says if someone's favorite restaurant is Big Boy, they probably have depression. That's a warning sign of depression.
Well, spaghetti's pretty good. That's pretty fair.
Think spaghetti
from
at Big Boy.
Have you tried it? Have you tried it,
Evan? I mean, I think we have our first skit is like our first vlog is me and you going to Big Boy and eating spaghetti, and I'll tell you exactly what I think of it.
I'm ready to get sued by the Big Boy Corporation.
All right, so you're coming to town this weekend, correct? Right?
Yeah, it should be, yeah.
All right.
Saturday, Sunday?
Okay, so Sunday, me and you go to a Big Boy and we both eat your fucking beloved Big Boy spaghetti, and I'll tell you exactly what I think about it.
Okay.
Because it's probably dog
Not for
shit.
me.
But what
You've
was
never
the
had it?
No, Evan, I have fucking integrity. I've never had
Not even when you were like a
Big
child.
Boy.
Not even when you were
No!
a child.
I've literally never even been to Big Boys because even as a child, I was white trash, but I wasn't dog shit.
Oh, well, thanks for
Yeah.
hyping my life up.
Evan, you are Big Boy.
Pretty much, I'm like
You look like the man.
reincarnation.
Like, flick your hair up a little bit. You're the fucking Big Boy mascot. Let's throw you in some overalls and let's get a fucking deal going, dude. We need a sponsor. Let's get a Big Boy sponsor on this bitch. Couldn't hurt their image. No one likes it except for fucking. Literally, I imagine everyone who goes into Big Boy is white and they hate people that are different than them. That is 99.8% of their demographic. They go, I want to go Big Boy because it's a fat white man and I'm going to get served by fat white people and I'm going to get fat white food. All right?
Yeah, pretty much. They also just said apparently it's a good breakfast joint. It's a good diner type place.
I don't believe it. I used to deliver to a Big Boy. I don't believe it. Let's do it. Like
the parking lot's always packed.
Fuck it. Let's do a bang bang, dude. We'll go to fucking Big Boy's probably serves breakfast all day. We'll do a bang bang. We'll order a breakfast meal. We'll order spaghetti. We'll eat both of them, and then we'll do a vlog review of them. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Shout out whoever has a fucking decent recording camera. I can't afford it right now. We need one for this. No. We need it for this weekend. Evan, there's never gonna be another time. It's taken us 5 months to hang out once.
Well, it's because of COVID.
Yeah, sure it is. Or it's just you being a fucking piece of shit. Hang out with other fucking losers, but not.
I don't hang out with anybody. Seriously, not.
But stop blaming that on COVID.
Well, we can't go out and do stuff.
Yeah, sure we can't. That's not what the law is saying.
The restaurant's just
shut up, Evan, and read the next fucking question. All right, we got
anyway. The girl said no, and that was pretty awkward, as expected.
Was she fat?
No.
Oh well, that's why it didn't work, Evan. You asked a fucking girl at the Big Boy. Unless she's fat. If she was fat, she'd be like, can I get fucking pancakes and bacon and spaghetti? And you're like, yeah, you can. You get a normal woman, they're going to be like, get away from me. Big Boy? Big Boy. At least go Olive Garden. Like, Olive Garden is still not creative and pretty shitty, but at least it looks kind of like you're trying.
Well, this is a few years ago. I was rolling on a budget. But
yes, also, I wouldn't recommend you ever eating in front of a girl. I think you should go out for drinks, not dinner. My biggest recommendation.
Thanks. That would have been helpful 4 years ago.
Well, I've gone out to eat too many times, and you're a shoveler. You're much like me. That's why going out to eat is not a prime date for me. I have to really reserve myself because we both eat a lot, and we both eat a lot fast.
Sadly, you're pretty spot on with that answer.
Well, I know, like when me and you go out to eat, we're like, all right, we're gonna get a fucking meal, we're gonna get an appetizer and a side, and then me and you, once the food arrives, and we'll get like a fucking giant beer, and then once the food arrives, me and you don't talk until the meal's over. When we go out to eat together, we just shovel food, and then more food. That's good. I mean, last time we went out to eat together, didn't we both get 2 appetizers?
Last time we went out to eat together was a diner after a friend's wedding.
I thought the last time we went out to eat was when I visited you and
No,
I ate a lot that day too, though, and we didn't talk after the food got there.
Yep.
So, case in point. Next question.
All right. So, if you could bring back any one person from the dead for an epic once-in-a-lifetime concert or comedy special, you choose. Who would it be?
You want to go first on this one? Should we do both? Should we do comedy special and concert, or should we just do one?
I think we could do both.
Okay.
Because I have 2. I think for music, I would do Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, you're a very basic kind of guy. You're a fucking loser who says the basic shit. So which
Well,
one? So you're doing Queen, original lineup Queen.
yeah, and then comedian probably Mitch Hedberg.
That's a good answer. I agree with that one. So I'm gonna go on. So band wise, right? First one. We'll go with my gut here. It's gotta be David Bowie for me.
Oh yeah, I just bought his greatest hits album the other day.
Of course you are, because you're a fucking hit slut. You know, people make more songs than just their fucking hits. You fucking
I
slut.
knew when I said that and the words came out of my mouth.
You
I was
hit
like,
slut. Listen to Black Star.
Yeah,
Listen to
Lazarus is
Black
on
Star.
it. Lazarus is on it.
Oh no shit. I
It's the
wouldn't think
last
that would
track.
have been. But no, Black Star was a fucking great album, and it's all about him dying. Yeah, that would probably be my from now, like from my point of view, like if top 5, yeah, it's got to be that. As close second, and as dumb as it is, I would say Beastie Boys. I'd be a. You get the full lineup for Beastie Boys. Intergalactic comes on. I'm like Intergalactic, Intergalactic. Like,
I was gonna say it's like a complete 180 right there.
I know, but those are probably my top 2. And then for comedy, it's none other than I wish I had the chance. I would have said Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Number 1, number 2, Patrice O'Neal.
Yeah, I just watched this documentary.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. That came out?
It was on Friday. It was on Comedy Central.
It just came out.
Fuck,
dude! I didn't know that came out. I want to watch that motherfucker.
I think it's on their website, the full version.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Oh,
it's really good.
I'm coming just to watch that. I'm coming to watch that. Yo, y'all don't even know who Patrice O'Neal is. You need to go watch that documentary because one of the most underrated stand-up comics of all. Actually, probably
one of the greatest. A lot of the comedians.
No, I would agree. I would agree. One of the greatest, but I would say probably the most underrated stand-up comic of all time because he's not a very well-known name in the mainstream. Well, I mean, wouldn't you agree?
No, I agree. Like the first time when I saw him when I was younger was on the Charlie Sheen roast.
Yeah, so
on the dais, but I didn't really know who he was before that.
Exactly.
I watched the special elephant in the room. And it's like, this guy's amazing.
He is. So would you agree the most underrated stand-up comic of all time is Patrice O'Neal? Because I'm going to say that right now. I'm going on the limb here. Most underrated stand-up comic of all time is Patrice O'Neal. Yeah. He does not get as much respect or dues as he deserves. Because that guy, I mean, he paved the way for so many people nowadays.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, speaking, Bill Burr was hugely inspired by Patrice O'Neal, and Bill Burr's like one of the top comics of today.
And he does a benefit for his family every year.
Yeah, for his mother.
Yeah,
Kevin Hart was like hugely influenced by Patrice O'Neal.
There's a documentary that there's a scene with like at the cellar, like the comics, like Rich Voss and Robert Kelly and Keith Robinson all talking about him.
Yeah, man, he was the GOAT. He's one of the GOATs. But yeah. All right, well, next question. That wasn't really funny, but oh, and if you didn't know, Patrice O'Neal sounds like an Irish drunk. He's actually a fat black guy. So shout out you for fucking creating stereotypes in your head if you didn't fucking know who Patrice O'Neal was.
All right, this next one's for you. It says, Drew, did you steal my quarter collection that I was working on? The one with the board that showed the states that each quarter represented? I swear I had it at full.
Yeah, that is, I know who that's from. That's from my brother. And the answer is yes, I needed money for weed. That's the, I was and that's why I don't believe people think that, oh, you can't get addicted to weed. It's like, yeah, you can't get physically addicted to weed, but you could definitely get mentally addicted to weed because I stole shit to get money to buy weed. And I was never a stealer, but I was so desperate to have weed. I stole from my loved ones. Shout out, Sam. Sorry I stole from you. I stole quarters from you so I could buy weed. And that literally is like one step away from sucking dick for weed. It's one step away. Stealing quarters from your brother to buy weed is one step away from sucking a stranger's dick for weed.
Yeah.
So yes. Next question.
All right, this one's for me. If I could choose between my old weight but no spaghetti ever, or spaghetti forever and then me staying the same size, what would it be?
Don't read the stupid comment you made. Be honest and say a real answer.
Well, I would say what I kind of said in the comments, but I'll say it for real that I would rather be my old weight and never eat spaghetti ever again.
I don't believe you, Evan.
I don't like how I look. And
I
I don't
don't
know how to
believe-
get rid of it. But
Well, Evan. First off,
well, exercise and diet, I know.
Yeah,
but I don't like
it's
that,
a very
so-
simple answer. It's a very. I don't know how to do this. I can't. I'm fat and I don't know how to get rid of the weight. Yeah, it's a very simple answer. It's a 2-part diet and exercise is the answer, Evan. But no, you wouldn't, Evan. Do you remember that time we went on vacation? We went out for breakfast and everyone ordered breakfast, but what you ordered was first you ordered.
We don't need to bring this up.
You ordered a spaghetti dinner. But the spaghetti dinner was not enough for breakfast, so you also ordered the appetizer of Bosco sticks, which are breadsticks filled with mozzarella cheese.
It was pretty good. I was pretty full though.
And you didn't have coffee, you didn't have water, you had fucking Coke to drink with it. And I said, Evan, this is why you're fat, because you have 2,500 calories for breakfast. And then this isn't your only meal for the day. You have 1 day's worth of calories for breakfast, and then you have lunch and dinner after that.
My problem is I only eat 3 meals. I just
don't
eat when I feel like I can put food in my body.
Oh well, that's pretty.
all day.
I eat 1 meal a day, but I eat like a full calories worth of meal a day. That's why it's like a lot of people who know me and know my diet. They're like, I don't understand how you're not fat. It's like what is it called? Intermittent fasting. Am I saying that right?
Intermittent fasting. Yes.
Intermittent fasting. I accidentally do intermittent fasting, which is like I'll eat once a day, and I'll eat my full calories worth of food in one sitting, and then I don't eat for 16 hours, and then I eat the gigantic meal again. And that's how I can eat dog shit. I can eat like a pizza and a half and shit like that and eat a bunch of fast food. And I say skinny because I'm smart about it. Also, I cut down on pop in the last year.
That's my
I don't
problem.
really drink as much pop. I only drink pop if I get fast food. But like fast food that gives you like a meal thing. And even then I don't even finish it anymore because I normally get large, special, like, you know, it's like a large combo. And then even then I'll only drink a little bit of pop. My pop intake has gone way down in the last year, so that's probably helped a little bit too.
It's like
Well,
I wish I had that.
Evan's over here beer bonging a fucking 2-liter of Mountain Dew.
Hey, I was drinking Coke during this whole podcast.
Fuck you. All right, next question.
This is the last one. It's about me. It's for me.
Oh, that's weird. You had more questions than me. I guess people like you more. All right.
I'm just very mysterious, and they think I'm not.
Oh,
confident and
you think you're mysterious, like fucking
No.
Batman? That's what you think you are?
awkward.
You're mysterious.
Fat man.
Yeah, you're a fat man with a fucking ego. You got a big ego because you got more questions than me, don't you? You got a
No.
big old ego. People want to ask you more questions than me. All right, continue, fat man, with your fucking question.
What was the most confident I've ever acted in a situation? Probably when I said the F-bomb in front of my dad the first time.
What? You see how excited I got over that? What is
You never
this?
heard that?
No, I've never heard this story. Fucking roll with it, dude.
It's not even that big of an issue. Like, he was just yelling one day. It was just like, man.
You tell him to shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up or I'll
think
kick
I
your
s-
fucking ass, Bob.
I think I said, "What the fuck is your problem?" I was just so heated, and then he's like, "You're grounded," or something. I don't remember.
Oh, dude, you should have kicked his ass after that, dude. I'm so proud of you that you said that to your parents. You're fucking badass. High five through the internet. Clap.
That's gotta be a new thing on the
Yeah.
podcast.
No, I'm so proud of you. I never thought you would ever do that ever in your entire
No, it's the
life.
only time
ever.
I've done it.
That's good. Good for you, Evan. Good for sticking up. You should text him it right now. Text your dad that right now.
No,
Text
I'll
him
probably
it.
call.
Text him it.
Maybe later.
No, right now. The podcast is at a halt until you text Bob to go fuck himself. Tell Bob, I'm a man now. I don't need no daddy. I'm my own daddy. I'll go fuck you in your own fucking ass. Fuck you, Bob.
It's funnier if I gave you his number. So,
yeah, text me his number. Text me his number. I'm gonna fucking lay into Bob. I'll lay into him. I'm gonna fucking tell him what's what.
Be like, we have your son.
Yeah, I have your son. He's fucking a man now, and you're a fucking cock, Bob.
If you don't Venmo $500 to
I ain't ransom him. I go, Bob, you need to fucking realize your son's a fucking man, and he don't have to listen to you no more, because he can kick your old ass. You're a fucking wrinkly fat old man, and Evan is fat, but he's not old, so he could kick your ass.
I can tell you've been watching some wrestling speeches.
Why?
I don't know. It just sounded like something that someone would say.
This is how I normally talk. I go, fucking, what's up, Evan? How the fuck are you doing, huh?
That could be an episode idea where we just do a whole episode in character.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Someone comment your character. I don't know.
Yeah, give us character ideas. That's the next one. You shoot a character idea. We will attempt to do it terribly.
Yeah.
Oh man, so Daft Punk broke up.
That's what I was going. When you asked me, what do you have anything to talk about? I was like, that's what I was going to bring up.
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Oh, Jay Leno. So Daft Punk broke up. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Yeah, I guess it's what they say is true. Is robots can't feel love. But we have a great show for you tonight. Tom Cruise is here tonight. Yeah, Tom Cruise. Yeah, fucking Tom Cruise kicks ass. Oh my god. Also, guess is we found a homeless man out back. He was talking to a rat, so we're gonna bring him on. We're gonna interview him and see whatever the fuck he's about. That'll be good. Yeah, fucking homeless man talks to a rat. That would be. And it could be a guest for the night. Give it up for Louis C.K. Louis C.K. in the house tonight. Oh, all right, ladies, watch yourself. Or maybe you shouldn't watch him. Oh, hey, we got a great show for you tonight. Let's cut to commercial break. We'll be right back after these messages. Are you a fucking loser and your dick don't work because you're a bitch-ass pussy?
So the first character is gonna be just Drew doing Jay Leno every episode.
Are you a fucking bitch and your dick don't work and because you're a pussy? Well, maybe you should try fucking Dick Maximum. After taking Dick Maximum, you'll be able to fuck your wife. You either take Dick Maximum now, or I'll fuck your wife before you have the ability to. Taking Dick Maximum might cause your balls to fall off and also might make you become an auto-cannibalistic maniac eating your own asshole out your ass. Eat fucking Dick Maximum or you're a bitch and I fuck your wife. Cut. Scene, right? Next commercial. Next commercial. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. So a dude just walks in. It's a blank white screen and there's a kid sitting there. But you also see a tree just appear out of nowhere. And then he takes a branch, he rips it out of the tree, and then he just mercilessly beats the shit out of this kid till he's bleeding and crying. And then it flashes across the screen. Concussions, they are real. Visit concussions.org to get all your information about CTE and how if you get concussions, they are real and they will make you severely beat your children. So if you read this website, you can no longer use it as an excuse. Concussions.org. Da-da-da. All right, you do a commercial, Evan, then I'll go back to me.
Hey, are you 25 years old and you smoke cigarettes outside and you see a kid riding his bike and you tell him to go and he eats shit? Well, wear a helmet. Wear a helmet.org.
Brought to you by the Safety Commission of Being Safe and Being a Pussy.com.
That's my commercial.
All right, my next one. I used to love rollerblading all the time, but until other people started calling me gay for it. You're fucking gay for rollerblading. And then I tried not giving a shit about other people's opinions. If you try not giving a shit about other people's opinions, you can be confident in yourself and just, be yourself and not care what other people say, even if it involves toxic masculinity. Look at me now. I'm rollerblading. You're fucking gay for rollerblading. Look at how I don't care what some fucking moron homophobic loser says. I love tap dancing. But before I met not giving a shit about other people's opinion, I used to get really upset that people would call me a pussy while I tap dance. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my Captain. Yeah. You're a fucking pussy, and girls don't want to fuck you. And then I tried not giving a shit about other people's opinions. And now I can tap dance wherever the hell I like and say, hey, suck my dick, you fucking losers. Tap it and tap, tap, tap. Not giving a shit about other people's opinions. Brought to you by the same people of stop being a bitch and just be yourself.
This is like a live-action Robot Chicken sketch I'm watching right now.
Yep. Here at Jason and Jason's Auto Claims Financials, have you ever been hit by a drunk driver? Well, he has a claim on you for being in the way. Maybe you should try not being in the way of drunk people, you inconsiderate douchebag. If you've been hit by a drunk driver, you are eligible up to $1,500 of paying him money because you were in the way, you fucking douchebag.
This is what this podcast is now. It's just going to be you doing commercials. So we're going to get like a whole Zoom room in.
We're going to get a whole fucking room. Have you ever remembered? All right. Bum, 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 bum. You've seen him once. Bum, 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 bum. You've seen him twice. Bum, 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 bum. You've seen him a dozen times. Bum, 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 bum. It's another fucking James Bond movie. And then it's just like fucking minute and a half of him fighting dudes on trains, hand to cuffs, gambling, driving cars really fast and fucking models and drinking martinis. And then at the end it goes, and the whole time it's like, and at the end it just goes 007, the same fucking movie again, but you're gonna pay $12.99 to watch it because you're a fucking dumbass. James Bond 37.
There probably will be a 37 James Bond film.
They're in the 20s now. Look that up. I think there's 24, 26 James Bond's movies. Jamesies Bonzies. What's the plural for James? Is it James? Is it Jamesopus?
We could ask our buddy James.
Fuck him. I'm just kidding. Shout out James. Hope you're doing well with Salsa Parlor. That's it. All I have to say.
There's 26 so far.
26 James Bond's movie, and you're still paying to see it. You're still paying to see it, you fucking sheeple. You make me sick. You make me sick.
Well, they've been around forever.
Yeah, of course they have been around.
People want to see, they want to watch
first one
the whole series.
First one
they watch
came out,
them all.
Did the first one come out in 72? When the first James Bond come out?
62.
69, I bet. 69. Hack joke. I'm a fucking hack.
62.
No
Dr.
way.
No. Dr.
Fucking
No.
62. And we're still doing this. We're still doing James Bond's movies.
Hey, we still do Alvin the Chipmunks.
Nearly, but Alvin the Chipmunks didn't come out in 62, my friend. Fucking
like
nearly
late 60s, I'm guessing. Early 70s.
No, early 70s. Well, that's got like a decade. And there hasn't been nearly as many Alvin and the Chipmunk movies as
they're not marketable.
Yeah, of course they're not. They're fucking chipmunks, all right?
Exactly. But we still somehow rebooted. There's been like 3 movies.
It's because why create an original idea? No one gives a fuck about anything. People just throw their money at whatever. This is an original idea, and that's why no one gives a fuck about it, because we're not doing the same thing everyone else is doing, and then if de facto, that makes us irrelevant. We should just be Joe Rogan Experience Deuce. That should be the name of the podcast. It's like the name of the podcast is, do you also like Joe Rogan Experience? Maybe you should try this podcast, the podcast. That should be the name of this podcast.
Speaking of not creating anything new, they're doing the prequel to 101 Dalmatians, Cruella with Emma Stone.
Yeah, it's going to be bad. Let's just do plugs and fuck Emma Stone talking out of the side of her mouth. You're a stupid bitch. I don't like you and you have no talent. All right. So, pluggy plug time. because we're reaching around that corner, right? If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and fucking hit the like and the subscribe button or the subscribe and the like button. We don't know what corners there are in, but they're in one of these ones.
Yeah.
Also, make sure to fucking comment. What do we want them to comment about? Voices. Do you want us to try to do impressions of some shit? Characters, impressions, whatever. We will try it. They might be the worst versions of them you've ever heard of, but go ahead, comment, fucking do all that shit. Maybe we'll be people that do the thing. Yeah, we'll do the thing. All right. So that also share the fucking podcast. Stop being the we're hitting an all-time high for views. Let's keep this rolling, people. Fucking, we're bringing you an hour of beautiful content every month.
Every week.
Well, fucking every week. I don't even know time anymore.
4 hours a month.
I've lost my concept of time.
Sometimes 5.
I've lost my concept of time and space. Where am I? Where am I going? Oh my God, I'm in a void. All right. So, just fucking.
You officially become hack, everyone.
Yeah, fucking, we've been hacked. No, dude. Literally, I would have to say that the last episode was one of our least funniest episodes of all time, highest viewed episode of all time. What does that say about us? You know what it says about us?
Strategy. We're not funny.
It literally is. Our strategy is that no one actually likes comedy, and they just prefer two people talking over actual jokes. Comedy's dead. Jokes are fucking forever. Let's just fucking next time we'll just read a monologue from a fucking Shakespeare play. Let's do that. That's the next podcast. Me and Evan read a fucking huge monologue from Romeo and Juliet. That's the next podcast. Welcome, guys. You know what the next podcast is? Me and Evan are doing fucking a monologue. Well, not a monologue because there's two of us. A duologue. We're doing a duologue.
A dialogue.
A duologue because there's two of us.
Dua Lipa.
Evan, you sound like a fucking idiot right now. It's a duologue. I've already established it into the lore of the podcast. So yeah, share the podcast. Let's get these views up. And if you're too scared to share the podcast because you're afraid people are going to call you racist, you're a fucking bitch. Grow some balls, and you know what? Try not giving a shit about other people's opinions, you bitch. It's a callback. That's a callback to the commercial I did. Yeah. Yep. All right. We're on the jokes are always better when you explain them, right? If you're listening to this on Spotify, make sure you hit follow. Download all of our episodes. Even download the old ones. Even if you're not gonna listen to them, download them because you know what? Advertisers don't understand that. Algorithm doesn't. Just fucking download it. Download it 7 times. Shout out Columbus, Ohio, our highest viewed fucking city. Y'all rock. Saginaw, bring it up. Every other city, suck my dick and listen more. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, make sure to leave us a 5-star review or 5-star rating and a little bit of a review. I don't really care what that review says. As long as you leave us 5 stars, you could tell us that we should suck your grandma's titties balls. I don't care. I don't care what it says, as long as it's a 5-star rating. The review could say whatever. We forgot we were supposed to read the 5-star reviews. We're going to do that next week. Give incentive to fucking go on Apple Podcasts and leave a 5-star rating. And I smacked it once. Shut up. Gives you incentive. Go to fucking Apple Podcasts. Leave a 5-star rating. Give us a review. We're going to read it next week. I know I said we were going to do it this week. We forgot about it because we're fucking morons. We actually are so good at doing this podcast, we can't get to everything we want to do in the podcast anymore. Because I was going to bring up the fact that I'm going through nightmarish sleep paralysis lately, where I'm doing living nightmares. Didn't bring that up. I was going to bring up about how my life just sucks all in general and nothing good's happened in a while for me. And I want good news and I only get bad news. I was going to bring up my car broke down and made my life worse. And I was going to bring up that no one loves me, cares about me, or believes me. Didn't bring that up. And then I was going to also bring up that I got my first stand-up spot.
Awesome.
March 30th, I make my triumphant return to the stage where I bomb for 7 minutes in Battle Creek, Michigan, because I'm so fucking rusty. I've been off for 4 months. So we'll see how that goes.
We didn't do an article for like the 50th
We didn't do an article, but that's good. The articles are usually bad and lazy. Plug that. Oh, Stitcher. Make sure to follow us on Stitcher. Download our episodes on that. Just go through all the platforms, do all the shit we said. Besides that, that's been the podcast. You guys fucking rock. Thunder, rock and roll, and hard cocks. That's what you know this podcast is for. Yeah, thanks.
Follow me on Twitter at Salsa7.
Oh, yeah, Twitter.
And
You do that. Inept Pit at Twitter. We have an email, ineptpit@gmail. You can email us questions. If you don't feel, if you only listen to this in audio format and don't want to comment on YouTube, you can email us characters you want to do to the ineptpit@gmail thing. So, yeah, that's it. Fucking suck our dicks. Peace. Eat shit and fuck off. Yeah, it's been number 21. We'll see you for number 22, y'all.
all right, peace.
Peace.